guys. Anyway, I'm going to hop now to the dōTERRA conversation. How to have that conversation, because a lot of people are challenged with that initial conversation, right? Okay, so when I was flying on the plane from Toronto, Canada to London, I was, sitting by one woman. It was just two seats on this side. So I was sitting in the window seat and she's sitting there. And for me, yes, I always have the dōTERRA in the background. It's like it's there, but that's not my focus. And people can feel it if you have that, like that energy or that feeling that, thanks for joining me, by the way. And by the way, you guys be sure and share this now. If you have any of your teammates that are not on here, don't forget to share with your followers, okay, so they can tap into this. If you have anybody who wants to know how to have the conversation with dōTERRA, share it with them, okay? That's how they're going to find out, alrighty? Anyway, so when you're just with people, this is just like out and about in a natural setting, you might have the conversation or the idea in the background to be talking to them about dōTERRA. However, your first priority needs to be about them. It's about them. And so the first thing you're doing is asking questions. So if you're worried about what to say, you don't have to figure out what to say, because you don't know until you've asked them the questions to find out what they're really interested in or what's going on with them, right? You have to know what's up for them. So you might ask a question, what would you normally say? What would you say if you were just meeting somebody and you weren't thinking about talking about dōTERRA? It's like, hi, how are you? Who are you? What's your name? I mean, that was my first thing. It's just like, hi, where are you going? The obvious thing, we're on a plane. I don't know this woman. I have no idea if she knows anything about oils. And at this point, I just want to get to know her. So I'm like, where are you going? And I start asking her about her, where she's going, what she's doing. And you keep asking questions. And they relax and they open up and they keep sharing more. And you're listening to them. You're genuinely listening to them, right? Yes, common ground. And still, we're way into a conversation about her. What she's doing. I mean, I knew she was going there for 10 days. Her best friend's getting married. She's, the wedding, the plans. I knew a lot of things about her and found out she, did marketing and business and, for a company. And, I understood a lot of things about her before I ever even said anything else. And still, I was waiting for something. Wait for it. Wait for it. What are you waiting for? This is key right here, okay? Take note of this. You wait until they ask you something. Eventually, if you're listening and listening about somebody else, it starts to tip the scale to where all of a sudden they'll realize that, they haven't even asked anything about you, right? And they start to know inside, it's like, this is kind of off balance. They can feel it. And when it gets to that point, they'll be like, oh, I haven't said anything. And then all of a sudden the question will come to you. They'll then respond like, well, so what about you? Where are you from? Where are you going? What are you doing? Right? Then they want to know about you, because now they've had a chance to spill out all of this information about themselves, and now they're open. They have ears to hear you because they've already been able to share much about them. So then she's asking about me. Well, do you immediately go to dōTERRA? No, no. You still leave that on the back burner, okay? You just pause and just gently have a conversation, and you keep waiting for it, because eventually they're going, it's like I asked her all about what she did, and eventually she started asking me what I did. That gave me the opportunity to let her know. It's like, oh, well, actually, I'm traveling, basically living my dreams, right? And I've been able to do so because of what I do. And, right, and she's like, well, what do you do? So it's like you're kind of holding back. You're not really just like spilling it all over. Let them be curious. Then when they're asking the question, they are open to hear the answer. And so I said, well, I'm in a company called dōTERRA, an essential oil company. Then she lit up. She said, oh, I've heard of dōTERRA. I said, oh, really? Yeah, she said, my friend's in dōTERRA. Ah, good to know, right? And she says, actually, I just joined Young Living. I was really, how awesome is that? So we had a great conversation. And, this is just one of many. But I already knew a lot of things about her. And then I discovered that her friend really wasn't doing the business, right? But if she has a friend in dōTERRA, where would you want her to be hooked up? Really, if you were caring about her with her friend. So I let her know a lot of things about, as we had the conversation, because as she was curious and wanted to know, she learned about the business. I got her excited about the potential for that because, that was a possibility for her. But she needs to find out what her friend's going to do or not do, right? And of course she's got a connection with me if her friend's not interested in doing it. But already she knows 100% that I am in it to help her, to be there for her, to meet her needs, that I care about her. And that's what you want people to know, is that you're genuinely there for them. Listen. Listen. You'll get further if you listen to people, ask questions. And so, when you're wondering, oh, I don't know what to say, well, you can't know until you've asked the questions. So start just asking about them.